Hey everybody, AM 1230 WJOB in Hammond, Indiana. I'm Jim Deedlow, host of Jed in the Region. Moving along with sports broadcasting at Purdue University Calumet. We've got another group here. Call in 219-845-1100. If you have any specific comments for these folks, just email it to me at jed@wjob1230.com. Remember, they're going for a grade here. So, if you have a good question or a comment, bring it on in, something they can work with. Just like you would with me, though, treat with the utmost respect. We're going to start with Tom, I believe. Am I right with that? Tom
yeah, that's right.
is going to start here in 3, 2, 1, and we're going to go. Hold on a second. We're going to go about 12 minutes. And who's the timer? Right there's the timer. You're going to introduce everybody. Their grade starts in 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. This is AM 1230 WJOB in Hammond, Indiana, and this is the Purdue Calumet Sports Broadcasting class. I am Tom Knieser. I'm here with
Sam Michael.
Latrell Gates.
Oscar Gomez.
All right, welcome here, gentlemen, and we are going to be talking about the NBA playoffs today. It's been a really good playoff series. Most of them have actually gone 2-0 in most of the series, and some of them are tied at 1-1. Around here is the Bulls and Bucks series, which it's been interesting nonetheless, and it's been fun to see Derrick Rose get back into everything, and let's get your take on everyone here. How do you think Derrick Rose has looked through this entire series?
I think he's been playing a lot better than he has throughout the past couple of seasons. He's healthy right now. I think he has a lot more confidence. And also that he has help from Jimmy Butler, who's really stepped up in the last 2 games, 25 his first game and 30 his second game. The Bulls are looking just pretty good overall.
Okay, and what do you think, Dio?
I agree with Latrell. D Rose is looking very well. He's playing very well, actually. Coming off an injury a couple weeks ago, and I'm kind of surprised how well the Bulls are actually playing right now. And no big surprise, I'm seeing D Rose get his legs back into it. His explosiveness is still there. And he's playing with a lot of confidence, and the big story is that his team is there as well too. Not just him trying to facilitate and everything. He's got help from, of course, Paul Gasol and Jimmy Butler and Joakim Noah.
Yeah. What do you think there, Sam?
Yeah, I'd have to agree with what Latrell and Dio said. A couple years ago when Derrick Rose was the MVP and they got into that series against the Heat at the time when LeBron was there. And, Rose was the MVP, and he was the big-time scorer, but the problem was, who was his supporting cast? He had Keith Bogans and Ronnie Brewer, and Heinrich was still there.
Right.
Maybe Luol Deng was a guy who could hit an open shot, but he couldn't create his own shot.
Right, and then he had to play a lot of defense, so he had a harder time scoring.
So now Rose is almost to the point where he can relax a little bit early on, and if the game needs to be closed, he can do it, because he knows if he creates and gets in the lane and stuff like that he can kick it out to Butler, or even he can let Butler go to work sometimes and sit on the bench for a little bit, and he doesn't have to worry about it.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing to all of this, the success, has been that yes, Rose is now not the focal point, and now he's got Noah, and with them all being healthy, now they can spread it around. He doesn't have to be the main guy on that team. With Milwaukee, it's watching them. They're trying to play very physical, and a game that the last time we. Mirotic coming out with technicals and their guys getting rough on them. What do you think of when you get like a rough series like that? How do you feel that the Bulls can approach it more to everything? So, Joe, how do you think that would happen to be?
In terms of how was a rough series?
Yeah.
How does it affect the players? Or?
Yeah, well, how do you think that the Bulls can respond to that if they're especially with players that keep getting injured like Rose and everything? How well should they play this?
I think you just got to put Rose in some metallic knee braces and hope that the Bucks don't charge after him and give him some. No, in all seriousness, I think you just got to keep playing the same way they're playing. They're a million times better than the Bucks, if you ask me. I believe the Bucks, didn't they have like a 20-something win improvement from last year?
Yeah, something like that.
But still, I think they still have some flaws. I think that if you're the Bulls, you just keep taking the series the same way you've been playing it. If they're going to get rough, don't let them hurt you. Don't let them, totally knock you out. Don't let them get you suspended, because you're going to need good players. You're going to need all your team together for when you get to that next round.
Yeah. Well, and I think getting to the next round is what everyone is hoping for this team. And for you out there, the phone number is 219-845-1100. If you got any comments, questions about the Bulls, about any of the NBA playoffs, go ahead and call in. And, of course, the other big series going on is the Cleveland and Boston series. And, of course, LeBron James back in Cleveland. And up-and-coming Boston team that is coached by Brad Stevens, who used to coach at Butler. That series has been you expect it's going to be LeBron James, but being down 2-0, do any of you think that Boston has a shot of even getting a win in Boston or coming back in the series?
Not at all.
No.
I don't think Boston even has the type of players that can come back. They have like a great player in LeBron James, a great supporting cast with J.R. Smith and Iman Shumpert. Mozgov, he's been playing pretty good, and even Kyrie Irving, he stepped up a lot. So I don't see the Bucks even. Maybe the Boston Celtics.
Yeah.
They might win one game, maybe tonight, but that's it.
Yeah. What do you think about that, Sam?
Yeah, I'd have to agree mainly with most of the points. You talked about Brad Stevens, and you have to give him a lot of credit because even though in the East, where the talent isn't as good, as the
Right.
West,
Right.
they don't make the playoffs in the West, obviously. But even in the East, with the little bit of talent they do have, they don't have that star and that go-to. And so many guys will talk about so often about when you get in the postseason and the big-time playoff games, you have to have that guy and finish the ball game. Not like in college, you can kind of get away with just having a good team.
Yeah.
And in the NBA, you need LeBron.
Well,
you
at least
need
2 or
MVP
3 other
Derrick
players.
Rose. Yeah, and
Two
then
star-
even then,
yeah,
and
more
even
stars.
then, like we talked about with Rose back when he was the MVP, what happened? LeBron guarded him in the final minutes of every
Right.
game when he shut him down because he couldn't shoot over him. So that's the hardest part is you have to have those stars, and Boston doesn't have any.
Right.
Right.
I totally agree with what Sam is saying. I mean, I can't even think of who's their main guy in Boston right now. Like, they don't even have a supporting cast to support.
Yeah, and Joe, how do you think? I don't know how much of Boston you've watched, or that you've seen of Brad Stevens, but do you think Brad Stevens is a really good coach in this in the NBA coming out of college?
I think he could develop into a good coach. I think Boston is really just going through a rebuilding phase right now, and I think he's the right guy. You don't want to spend a lot of money on a big coach or bring over a big-time coach when you're going to be rebuilding, when you're going to lose a lot of games. You don't want to spend money on that. I think he's a good coach who could help them get to a point where they're ready to compete, and you're going to bring in somebody else in there, a veteran coach who can, help the team out. You add a couple of veteran players, the GM adds some, and you get a veteran coach in there. But for right now, he fits with the Celtics and mold on what they're trying to do. Although they shocked everybody by making the playoffs.
Yeah, I think that was a good shocker. Seeing them improve the way they did, and most people had them out, and so it's been great to see that. And you are listening to AM 1230 WJOB in Hammond. This is the Purdue Calumet Sports Broadcasting class. We're still talking about the NBA playoffs here. Now going to the Western Conference. Last night was a really good game between the Spurs and the Clippers, and most people are Spurs repeat and figure that they can do that.
Not over here.
Huh?
Not over here.
No,
Yeah,
no.
I hate the Spurs.
I like the Clippers.
Really? Oh, you like the Clippers? Okay. What are who's like your favorite player on the Clippers then?
I like
watch?
Blake Griffin a lot.
Griffin. Yeah. Okay.
Chris Paul too. I think he's very underrated.
Paul. Yeah. I like Blake Griffin on the team. Though I think the Spurs. I think the Spurs are going to win this series because I think they have that more experience, and Tim Duncan, he knows how to win. I mean, flat out. I mean, he just knows how to win, and he brings up all the other players. I mean, Kawhi Leonard came out of nowhere the past couple of years, and
Especially in the finals last year.
Oh, definitely, he made a big impact. So hearing that you guys don't like the Spurs, I'm guessing then out of the Western Conference, who do you think would be the best team to come out of there and maybe possibly meet the Cavs and beat
Golden State.
Yeah, I would go Golden State too.
I say Golden State or the Clippers.
And what do you think, Sam?
I still like San Antonio, to be honest with you, because when it comes down
Yeah.
to it, they talk about this so much. If the shots aren't falling, like I'm an IU basketball fan, right?
Mm-hmm.
And their big strength this year was they could shoot the lights out at times. And when they did it, they could beat good teams. But when you get in the playoffs and you put that taller guard on you, and Steph Curry's one of the greatest shooters of all time maybe already, but when you get that taller guy on you and you got to shoot over him, all of a sudden that late shot's going to be that much harder. And when you can't go down on the block and get an easy basket, like San Antonio could be able to with Tim Duncan, it's not easy.
I would say that with San Antonio because they always come with great defense, especially in the front court with Duncan and always having like a decent enough center to guard any other center in the game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Kawhi Leonard will probably guard Steph Curry, so
Or Klay Thompson.
Yeah. Well, the Splash Brothers, those guys are really good shooters. Especially, I mean, Curry. I mean, coming out of college, you knew he was going to turn into be a great shooter, and then Klay Thompson's been a great compliment to him. And if anybody out there got any other opinions, it's the number's 219-845-1100. You can call in, tell us what you think. So anyway, with the Western Conference too, there's also good matchups with Portland, and Memphis has been a physical series as well. Out of that group, between Memphis and Portland, do you believe that Portland has a shot of coming back in this too, or do you think Memphis advance far?
I think Memphis is gonna, like they got the two Grizzlies down there holding on the paint, but I don't know what's going on with Damian Lillard. Like his game doesn't seem the same since the playoffs started. Like
I expect them to play so much better. I didn't really expect them to struggle with Memphis the way they do, where they are. Mm-hmm. But Memphis is a very physical team, and Portland really lacks a defense. To me, they do. And then Wesley Matthews, he's out, and then Damian Lillard struggling. It could be really tough. Yeah.
Memphis has been one of those teams to me that's kind of been on the verge of really breaking out over the last few years, but they just can never really seem to piece it together.
Okay, and Sam?
Yeah, I was gonna say almost the exact same thing verbatim. Actually, they are those tough guys. They got Zach Randolph and Marcus Saul, the two big guys. But the problem is they haven't been able to knock down enough shots late.
Yeah, you can see that.
They seem like they always play that series. That's like the most entertaining series to watch.
Yeah, they do.
And then they can never come out on top, and they always lose in 6 or 7.
I so agree with Sam. Memphis is that team that's always going to advance, but down the road they can never really score.
Around second round, right?
Yeah. All right. Well, we just got about a minute left here, and tonight again the Bulls and Bucks go on tonight. Final thoughts? Who do you think Bulls take it, or do you think the Bucks get back into this?
I got the Bulls.
I got the Bulls.
I say the Bulls will win 96-85.
Okay.
Well, I think Mirotic is out, correct?
Yes.
Okay,
Mirotic
that could
is
play a
out.
role. I'm going to go ahead and say that the Bucks win late, but this is going to be the only game they win in the series. The Bulls are going to win in 5, but they will lose tonight.
Real quickly, finals matchup and winner. Who do you think it is going to be?
I think it's going to be between Golden State and Cleveland, and I got Cleveland.
Golden State, Cleveland, and Cleveland.
I'm going to say Golden State and Cleveland, although there's a part of me that would like to see Washington.
No.
That's a good one to throw it out there.
It's got to be Cleveland out of the East to me, I think, and I don't know if they can do it again, but I'm going to say San Antonio, and San Antonio wins.
All right, great. I'm going to go with the Bulls and the Golden State Warriors. I'm a homer. What can I say? All right. Well, thank you. This has been AM 1230 WGB in Hammond, Indiana. This is Purdue Calumet Sports Broadcasting, and we got
Sam Michael
and Latrell Gates,
the Oscar Gomez,
and Joe.
All right. Well, thank you, everyone. Good afternoon.
Stereo, it beats for you, so listen close. Hear my